Hi, I'm Chiara, CEO of Brightcure. I have suffered all my life from urinary tract infections caused by harmful bacteria in my bladder. However, I'm not alone. Every second woman in this world suffers from UTIs. UTIs affect all age groups and all ethnicities, and 20% of men also suffer. Women are more prone to UTIs because the urinary tract is much shorter, so the bacteria can more easily get into their bladder. UTIs are a global health problem because so many women suffer. 25% of all bacterial infections in women are UTIs. Antibiotic resistance is now common in UTIs. UTIs get mainly treated by antibiotics. And this results in a rising number of cases, but also in the rising number of treatment costs because more and more patients actually have to be hospitalized. Just to give you an insight, the NHS spends $500 million every year just on treating emergency admissions caused by urinary tract infections. Currently, UTIs mainly get treated by antibiotics. However, as we all know, antibiotics are dangerous, cause a lot of side effects, and also lead to the dangerous development of antibiotic-resistant strains. There are some alternatives, for example, like cranberry juice or D-mannose, but these are not really efficient. There are no effective alternative treatments, and the brands that are currently out there are outdated and actually leave consumers alone. So what is the problem? Why are UTIs such a big thing in the world? The problem is the inefficient UTI diagnosis and treatment. There are 150 million cases yearly worldwide. UTIs get diagnosed by a urine test, and when the urine test is positive, you get prescribed antibiotics. The problem is that at the point of prescription, the doctor does actually not know what bacterium is causing the infection. So you get prescribed an antibiotics, but often it actually doesn't work and the infection is not cleared. So what happens is you have to go back to the GP and you're in pain and it takes time until the antibiotics kick in and it's horrible. You're so dependent. So you go back, you stop your first antibiotic and you get prescribed your second antibiotic. So now what you can imagine happens is, and that happened to me, that patients start to enter a painful cycle of long-term infections, recurrent UTIs, and constantly taking antibiotics. These constant infections lead also to a chronic inflammation of the bladder, so you have this burning sensation when you pee, and also the constant antibiotic intake destroys your whole gut flora and also your whole urogenital flora. So lots of women then also suffer from fungal infections. So what are we doing against this? Brightcure is from UTI patients for UTI patients. We want to provide non-prescription access to a UTI therapy, to effective UTI therapy, anytime, day or night. We want to reduce with Brightcure the dangerous overuse of antibiotics in the world. We want to tackle antibiotic resistance. We want to reduce the primary healthcare cost with our preventive and therapy solution. And we also want to normalize the conversation around UTIs to make women feel more comfortable to actually speak about this problem. We want to provide a product that makes a real difference and is a personal brand that gives hope. Brightcure is playful, Brightcure is talkative, frank, educational, and reassuring. So how are we going to do this? Our solution, our technology, relies on a well-researched predator bacterium, which basically consumes the harmful uropathogenic E. coli, which cause the UTI infections, and promotes the growth of the good bacteria in the microbiome and in the vaginal flora. Our products promote and replenish the good bacteria for a natural protection from inside and from outside. So how are we going to do this? We have different products. The first one is an intimate cream. This will be our first product. This will be launched next year. This intimate cream will act as a protective shield, so it should stop the transfer of the bacteria from the rectum into the bladder. Then we have a food supplement, which will basically help you from inside for long-term prevention. And then we have a bladder flushing solutions for catheterized patients. So now if we look at our product pathway, we recently got a seed investment from IndieBio to actually start the development and launch of our first product prototype, our cream. We would develop an active and stable product formulation, and then we will manufacture our first product. Then with the next funding round, we want to scale up the production and also expand the launch of the product in UK and Europe. Our business model is B2B and B2C. So who are we? Who's Brightcure? Brightcure is me, a UTI patient, CEO. Simon, who is our CBO and a product designer and has launched a lot of different companies. Aline, who is actually ex-Imperial and a senior microbiologist. And then we have as major advisors, Kath and Andrew. Kath is a urologist and a high-profile female clinician, and Andrew has a lot of experience with the good bacteria, working and being the former chief scientist at DuPont for nutrition and health. So now with the benefit of the prize money, we could buy more lab equipment and materials as we just started our own lab and we're super excited. And also we can do some stability testing of the cream, which will help us for the launch. We are Brightcure. Thank you so much for listening. And I'm super excited to meet you all on the Zoom meeting.